All right. I'm trying to...
What's that up there?
It flips the camera.
Oh. Okay.
Which might be a better view because, once again, my whole coffee recap idea was kind of stupid. Because we look like this in the morning. Okay, so Cody, Wyoming. So here's what's kind of weird about Cody, Wyoming.
Kind of a gateway to Yellowstone.
Yes. We actually really, 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 really love Cody, Wyoming. We've only been here twice, and every time we come here... Should I let the cat out of the bag?
Ain't no cat in the bag. We just look at stuff and we think it would be so cool to own like a RV park or something here, but we haven't got that pulled off yet. But
no.
We're looking at it.
I guess what I'm saying is we just get the feel goods when we come to Cody, Wyoming. So we came back to the YVI. It's the Yellowstone Valley Inn. It's an RV park that's really between Cody and Yellowstone. It's in Wapiti, Waipiti, Wapiti, Wyoming. I like staying out here versus downtown because the scenery, we're literally right on the Shoshone River. Now, the first time we came here, there were some folks named Randy and Courtney that managed this RV resort, and it was one of our favorites. It had a really cool restaurant, bar, just a neat little setting, and it's like 5 minutes from our friend Chris and Debbie, who have a beautiful house up the mountain.
It's all about people, folks.
Yeah, and this time I'm just going to be honest, we didn't have the same experience. And the thing that's crazy is this RV park was actually for sale a couple years ago, and someone had told us about it, and we were like, oh, we just never really thought about it. Well, it did sell, and I just think that it's just a different vibe now, unfortunately.
Still an awesome location.
Yes, the location is great. They advertise big rig friendly, but as soon as we pulled in...
That'll never fit.
That's the first thing they said. Well, that'll never fit. I booked my reservation in February.
Instead of, let's go out there and see if your bus will fit in the spot that you booked. Yeah. And by the way, when we booked it, we put in the size of the bus.
Yeah, well, it's an online system now. So
somebody has to manage it. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to slam them for that.
No.
But what I will say is we came around here and pulled the bus in here, and we didn't stick out as far as a guy 2 down from us in one of them little Cruise America things. So the park is completely set up to handle big rigs. It's just sometimes you have to sell it to the front desk, I guess, when you get here.
They've got pull-through sites in the center, and I think in their mind they feel that a bigger rig can only use those sites. We are in spot number 6, but we are on the, they have little names for each one.
I don't know, but I know that
we wanted to be closer to the river, and we wanted to be, not in the center.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, it's been a very peaceful parking spot. So, one lesson is...
I would stay in the spot again.
Yes. If you guys are trying to pull into YVI, just remind them that the Skinners fit with a 45-foot bus, and they didn't touch the fence. That's all you need to say.
Don't touch the fence.
Don't touch the fence. We're like...
Stay 3 feet from the fence.
We don't want to hit the fence with our nice bus. Always an adventure on the RV Roundup. So, we booked back in February hitching post lots 4 and 6. And because I needed 50 amp. But when we pulled in today, they're like, is that your bus? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, that's too big. I'm like, it said big rig friendly. So anyways, trying to help us. So Mike is walking off. Trying to see how far we'll stick out.
We can fit here.
It says we'll fit. We stayed here like 4 years ago. It was one of my favorite places, so I'm really hoping we can pull this off because we got big plans with Chris and Debbie all week. Their house is literally just up the mountain, 5 minutes from here. It's a perfect location. Just wanted to show a little proof here. We got this big old rig to fit. Not touching the fence. The key, as Mike put it, was slanting it just a little bit when you try to park. So we're going to make sure we tell them in the office, don't turn away business for a 40 or 45-foot bus because, look, it actually fits nicely. I'm complimenting your parking.
It's perfect, as usual.
So there you go. Just angle it a little bit, and these nice little spots back here, which is called the hitching post, we're in spot number 6. they work out pretty nicely. Tom and Laura were supposed to be in spot 4 right here next door, but they're in Billings getting some repair work done, unfortunately, but they're going to hook back up with us in Sturgis, so. Good job, Skinner. The river's muddy.
Yeah, that's why he said the fishing sucks so bad.
Yeah. We were here like 3 or 4 years ago, about this time.
You could see the fishing.
Yeah, it was like...
But Chris said there was a bunch of rain up in the mountains a few days ago, and that's what's got the water all muddy. It'll clear up in a little.
They added some nice little chairs here. We can have coffee here in the morning.
Yeah, man.
Well, the thing though is, I think that the big lesson here is I thought that maybe they would come out and go, oh, wow, cool, man. Thanks for showing us that.
We ain't seen a soul since we've been here.
I haven't seen anybody. I don't even have my receipt yet, which I do need to check on.
Yeah.
So our friends Laura and Tom, they missed this part of the journey because they had some issues with their engine. They went to Billings, Montana to get that fixed so they could meet us in Sturgis. So she was going to try to get a partial refund. I don't think she did. I don't know. We'll keep you up to date on what happened with that whole thing, because sometimes when you break down, you just can't help it. They did end up selling the site.
You need a hall pass if you
yeah.
if you have to be towed in somewhere.
But okay, so I do want to talk about one thing though. They have some new chairs out by the river.
It's awesome.
Where you can have coffee or wine, and that was really relaxing, and we did that with the dogs every morning. Not a bad place to have coffee in the morning.
No, it's pretty cool. Water's a little muddy because of the rains they had, which they needed rain, so it's good. Very dog-friendly park.
It is. It is. And they've got like a little pool and like a little hot tub, and they've got a restaurant and stuff. The problem is they say they can't get people to work, so it's like buffet. It's just not the same experience that it was. Now, with that being said, Courtney and Randy, our friends that managed this place, ended up buying Cutthroat,
down the street,
which has cabins and a awesome restaurant. These guys know how to do a restaurant and a bar. And the very first night that we were here, that's what we did. We got parked, we got settled in. Chris and Debbie picked us up, and they're like, let's go to Randy and Courtney's new restaurant, which is only like 2 miles down the road.
Food was off the
Oh
hook,
my gosh.
and entertainment with an amazing guitar player and vocalist entertained us the whole night. I can't remember his name. I'm so terrible.
We're going to insert it right now.
We'll
Bing!
Yeah.
This
Bing.
guy's really good. So,
Super good.
and you can download his music on Spotify. But the thing that's really cool about Cutthroat is Courtney and Randy work really hard to bring in musical talent. Mm-hmm. They've got a really cool back patio. If you want to sit outside, you can sit inside. They got a cool bar. It's a cool vibe. Get the walleye. OMG. It was like this big, very lightly
or the
pan
pork
fried.
chop, or the steak,
The jalapeno
or
poppers?
The jalapeno poppers are. We had 2 orders of those.
So good, yeah.
But these guys are promoted. They remind me of Angie. They had Tracy Bird come
And do a concert in
year
Cody,
ago,
yeah.
in Cody, and do a concert.
Yeah. So make sure
And-
you visit Cutthroat. Either stay in the cabins if you can. I think he might be trying to get some RV spots, but they don't have full hookups yet. So that's why we didn't stay there. But if you're only here for a night or two, try to get in at Cutthroat, because I think you would really enjoy it and you'd have a bar to go to.
One experience that we had, and I'll let her elaborate. Go to the rodeo. It's
Oh,
the
we
most
finally got to go to the rodeo.
rodeo in the United States.
All right, baby, you ready to go to rodeo?
Yeah, let's go. They do it every night.
Yes.
And we saw little bitty kids
Oh my
and
gosh.
great big adults on mean ass bulls and team roping and husband and wife team. They're just, it's too much to mention. And
I got to sit on Mongo.
He's a big ass bull.
So everybody knows that the rodeo in Cody is a big draw. It's every night in the summer, June through, I think they said August. And
8 to 10.
8 to 10, and they are on time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like on time. Now, here's what's really cool. Here's what I got choked up about. The night we went, it was so windy, but I'm like, I'm going to the rodeo because we missed it the last time. It was really windy, but it didn't matter. Everybody had a great sense of humor about it, but man, I bet those ropers, they were having a hard time.
Man, they
it
were
was
struggling.
hardcore. But the one thing that's so cool about that rodeo, it is so organized and entertaining. The announcer, I was impressed by that announcer. I'm always impressed by track announcers if they're good. He was really...
The clown was so not funny, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, exactly. But the announcer and the guy that did the music, man, the guy that did the music, I mean, they just got their you-know-what together. So that was awesome. The rodeo was awesome. I wanted to get like a sweatshirt from the rodeo, so the next time I have to come back now.
Of course she does.
Yes, of course. Now, the other thing that we did is we went back horseback riding again, and Joel, it's called Rand Creek Ranch. These guys, that's a quality operation. The horses are good. It's a good operation. They know really good trails. You get up in mountains that you don't think are possible with Joel. And that was really special. This time they packed a lunch for us.
Inexperienced riders could never do this without the quality of horses and leadership that they have.
Yeah.
You're on a ledge, and if that horse falls, you're going to go for a ride.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to... It's crazy. But the horses are amazing.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we're doing a whole separate video for that because it was so amazing.
Okay.
We're just doing a little quick hit for the recap. But there's going to be an entire video
Clyde, what'd you like about
hit here, and you can watch the whole video because it was too special to cut too short.
What Clyde liked about Cody was Max, his new friend, new best friend.
Well, so we're spoiled. We have friends, Chris and Debbie Polson. They used to own CNR Racing. They've been your racing buddy before we even met.
Yep.
They went to Goodwood with us. We have a lot of fun together, and they have been busy for the past 4 years, and now we know why. Their house, holy crap. They have built a beautiful house.
You mean his shop that has a house attached to it?
Correct. Hey, Max, what are you doing, buddy?
We gotta do some steps off of this.
Magnificent.
We still got a lot of work to do. Like I said, it's not done.
Little stuff.
The bulk of Richard Petty, Junior Johnson, to you name it. I mean, it's just everybody in racing. Mario, Foyt.
Chris Economacki's Rolodex.
Yeah, this is a priceless deal right here. Those are from the original gasoline alley that was tore down in 1985. And then they built the concrete jungle that you're used to seeing. But that's what, we had 90 of these garages in Gasoline Alley, 90 of them. All of these old doors. It was built early in the 1900s. Thick in half, from a mounted on a board with a low hanging out of it. So the good side will keep,
So who drove that car?
Pancho Kurt. 1991.
That you crew chief for?
No, I was crew chief for Gordon John Cobb that
that's
year.
right, okay.
I was a Pancho 12 years before.
What car is that?
So that is an old Curtis Roadster. Sam Hanks ran second in Indy in 1956. Got crashed in 1961. Frames all bent. The guy that owned it then put it on the roof of a building in downtown Indianapolis. Sat out there outside for 51 years. And I'll fix it, I'll straighten the frame, make it like brand new. Myself and Gary Schroeder were together and we're partners.
And then this car was Debbie's grandpa?
The car on the right.
Right here.
Yep. One of the big Pennzoil on it. Probably the first car Pennzoil ever sponsored. That was 1933.
Wow.
All these old...
Well, I was getting ready to say, I remember these garage stalls because this is the year I moved in with Mike.
Yeah.
1999.
Robert gave me all three of these. He signed the land.
And that was the year they won the championship. Oh, Robert's signature.
Golden car stuff.
This is to Robert Yates.
Robert.
Our first drink at your bar, how appropriate.
I did
didn't think the first drink has been had.
No, we. I just told Mike.
No, I said our first drink.
Our first drink.
I was telling Mike, the first thing I finished in this whole place was this park. I mean, nothing was done, but I got this park done.
Well, how in the hell could you build the rest of the house without having a drink?
Got to. I mean, Debbie and I'll come and whoever.
Angie, would you like a glass of wine?
I would.
I didn't see where she does.
So this is the table that Mike bought. That was in the final sales of Call Our Money. And when we knew it, we were getting rid of the big hangar and downsizing Mike's shop, Chris and Debbie bought this pool table, so pretty cool. It's got a great home. That was pretty special. And one of the things that was kind of cool is Debbie and I got some of the flathead cherries in Montana, and we made homemade bourbon cherries and canned them.
We're gonna wash it. Look at all the crap that's off.
We are doing bourbon cherries. Hand out. These all came from Montana, right?
Flathead Lake.
Flathead Lake.
Flathead cherries.
We've got some cinnamon and some clove that we're gonna boil. We got some Maker's Mark whiskey. And we bought some really, really cute little
Jars.
mason jars. Check out this cool little deal. Where'd you get this thing at, Debbie?
I don't know. I bought it on Amazon 20 years
Cherry
ago.
pitter. This is proof that we did this all by hand. Look at this thing. It pits the cherries.
It spits the cherries out the front.
Yeah.
You just have to be careful. We have an apron on because it spits cherry juice.
Yeah,
And that stains.
It stains, and we don't want it all over these brand new beautiful white countertops. So one of the really cool things about RVing is you get to travel around when things are in season. And Debbie picked up these cherries from Flathead Lake in Montana for us. And look at this. We found these beautiful jars. And we found these cute little ones. So they got cherries on them. They could be gifts. But Debbie and I decided that we need the big ones.
I get to Sturgis tonight. I'm going to have a Manhattan with some Woodford Reserve and some of them cherries, baby.
Well, they're not really ready yet. They're supposed to camp.
Oh, they're going to be ready tonight.
I'll let you have one. Because I did make myself a nice big jar. The other thing that we got to do that we hadn't done in a long time, was...
Elk, antelope. We've seen some wildlife.
Oh, I did see a little bit of wildlife finally, which was great.
A lot of elk.
We went to the Buffalo Bill Museum and Art Center. Wow.
If you're into guns, that's the collection you want to go see.
They have a whole wing, and Mike got like a really special VIP tour of
this
that.
guy had his act together.
Wow.
He was really, really, really educated on the history, and there's some really iconic... You know, I got to see James Arness's pistol.
You did?
Yep. And
That made
Haas.
your whole day. That's pretty
and
cool.
Little Joe and Ben and...
I got to go walk through that portion of it.
The only gun they didn't have is Adam's gun. I don't know why they couldn't get a hold of that gun. But I saw all their pistols they used in the shows.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
And there's a whole thing on them, and you know, John Wayne stuff's in there.
I'm just going to tell you, if the weather is a little crappy one day, or even early morning, if it's hot out or something, spend 2 or 3 days in that museum. I want to go back. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that... They have different wings of just art. They have one that's all dedicated to the Buffalo Bill and the wild show that he did. I loved seeing Annie Oakley's gun chest and reading about her and how the crowds, you know, what they thought about her. And then they have a Yellowstone section that's really neat. It talks about the geology and the animals. They've got a Plains Indians section. Mm-hmm. I mean, we didn't even see it all. So, obviously, got to come back.
Got to come back.
Got to go back there, too. Then, this was really cool. Okay, I got to get my hats to actually show these off. So, there is a hat shop. I'm a hat I'm a girl that wears Charlie One Horse and Stetsons.
Yeah.
But,
she got her hat souped up.
My husband is so sweet. So, it's called Mercury Leatherworks. Okay, you guys? So, this was one of my Charlie One Horse hats. I wore this to the rodeo, so it got a little winded. But, anyways, it had like a really cool bead on it. But, no. This is part of the Rambler collection, yes. But this is an older hat. I had like a multicolor, beaded band on here. I just wanted something a little different. If you go into Mercury Works, they sell Kemosabe hats. And this is called what they call Kemosabeifying them. But she has vintage ribbons and hat bands. And, she's got dried roses and feathers. I have gotten more compliments on this hat. Is that not cute? And then I said, well, I have like an old cheap straw hat that I wear when I ride horses because it's, or if I'm doing something even in North Carolina in the garden because it doesn't stick off.
That hat's in style. A lot of people are wearing that hat.
I know. I love this hat. Look what she did here. I picked out a vintage floral band, but this is my favorite part. Look at that. She put some feathers. She put a turkey feather on there, some pink ones.
By the way, these are the same brand of hats that the King Richard Petty wears.
That's right. Charlie One Horse, baby.
Now,
look at the back of this. It has antlers, like elk antler horns from. I'm just telling you.
Richard would be proud of all these feathers and stuff in his hat if you've ever seen Richard.
And then there's another little shop. There's all kinds of cool shops downtown Cody, but there's another one called Rockstar Cowgirl, and you can go in there and bead your own little hat bands, bracelets, necklaces. It was a really cool experience. We had. Where did we eat at that one?
At the Irma.
Proud Cut. We ate at Proud Cut one night. That was really good.
At the Irma Buffalo Bills Hotel that he actually done 100 years ago, they had a shootout. It was great.
Oh, that's right. They do a shootout every night downtown. Yeah, and, it's just an amazing place. What else did we do? We did.
You're in the
horseback.
West.
We did the museum. We didn't even go into Yellowstone this whole trip because...
We did that last time.
We did that last time.
There's just a lot of stuff that we didn't see that we wanted to see.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much to do. There's so many things to have fun here in Cody, Wyoming. And the Buffalo Bill, the dam. The Buffalo Bill Dam.
Yeah.
And the Buffalo Bill State Park. When you are driving from Wapiti to Cody, it's some of the most gorgeous... Just that whole lake.
Whether you're going either
and the
away
river, the
from
Shoshone.
or to, it's amazing.
Yeah, and there's walking trails. We didn't even get to do half of it, but it's just
there's rock climbing.
Canyons.
If you're an advanced
I'm
rock
not doing
climber,
that.
right?
Yeah, but there's a lot more to do than just Yellowstone if you come here. Now, Yellowstone's great. Next time we come, I'll probably go back in there because obviously. Okay, I'm sorry we didn't go to Yellowstone, Ella. Jeez, but I just wanted to say, cheers. Get your coffee here. Thank you, Cody. We absolutely
gotta go. My cup's empty.
We gotta get to Sturgis.